Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be the end of the year book tag. Everyone who's anyone on Booktube has done this tag before, and I think I want to be part of all of this. So I have the questions right here. I'm on Ariel's channel because she's the one that created this tag, and it's been a couple of years and people are still doing it, so we're gonna do it. Question 1. Are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Hell yes. Just going on my Goodreads currently reading shelf, and there are 18 books on there. I'm sorry, but that's just weird. To be honest, like half of those I've started this week, I feel like, because I've been away a lot, so I've been starting things during the drive. Then I was home with my dad, so I started something, then went down, talked to him, and didn't really continue with that book. But it's never because I don't really enjoy it, but it's only because in that moment I felt like something else, like reading something else. So we have a lot of like Christmassy books on here that I started, some thrillers that I just wanted to like get a feel for, and I think I want to continue all of them. But I don't really feel like these are the books that this question is gunning towards. I think this question is more like, did you start a book maybe a couple of months ago and you still haven't continued, or you're reading this book for like 7 months or something. So let's go all the way down to the bottom of my currently reading shelf. Okay, and there you go. There's one that I started last December. So December 2020 I started this book. I continued reading, I think, until like May, possibly like June, I think May, and then I didn't really continue listening to the audiobook because I'm only listening to the audiobook, and that is A Promised Land. I know I should have continued and finished this by now. It's a very big book, I'm sorry. So let's see, let's go to my audiobooks. So there's 11 hours and 17 minutes left, but I listened to it at like 1.8 speed, so there's a bit more than 6 hours left. So I should be able to do this. I mean, let's see, how many weeks are there left in this year? Today is November 20th, so almost 6 weeks left in this year. So if I like listen to like 1 hour, 1.5 every week, I should be able to do it. So maybe I should just challenge myself to listen to 1 hour each Monday. I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Hold me accountable, please. So yeah, I mean, I really like the book. I really like it. Some of the politics I don't really care for that much because I am not American, and I understand most of it, but I don't really need to know all the details, you know. But I really enjoy just the way he's narrating it, because he's narrating it himself. I love the details about living in the White House and like the all like day-to-day life of the family and stuff. I really enjoy that. So I really want to continue that because I need to finish it at least this year. I can't read this book 2 years. So that's one book. And then we have Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I already read 60%. So I mean, that's doable. And the reason that I stopped this is because I did the Witch Along. I think that's what it was called. It was a read-along from JDV Reads and some other people, and I started reading Truth Witch just to be part of it. And when the live show came, I didn't, like I said, I only got like 60% through, and I wasn't really a fan. So I was just saying, okay, I need to put it down right now. I'm gonna continue later on. You know, all the excuses that you say, because I knew that I didn't want to continue with the read-along, so it wasn't really necessary to continue with the book right away. But yeah, that's why I stopped. Let's see, I started in April. So I stopped in April, and it's been on my currently reading ever since. I would have put it like as not read or DNF or something, but 60%, and I think I want to continue. I mean, I'm not sure if I want to continue the series, but I at least want to like finish this first book in the series. It was kind of all over the place. I didn't really like get some of the plot. It wasn't really the best YA fantasy that I've read. When was it published first? I think it's 2016 or something, so back then I think it was like one of the best YA fantasy that was out there, and it has just changed a lot, so it doesn't really read the same when you read it now. But like I said, I really want to finish this first book this year and just see if maybe that's just all I need to read from this series. Because from what I heard from like the live shows and the conversations between the people that did the read along, it doesn't really get better, and it just gets more confusing and convoluted, and everyone's like, what the hell is happening here? So yeah, but I still want to continue and finish it. 2 books that I know it only says 3, but 2 books that I started on vacation in the summer in August, and I really wanted to continue when I got home, but then that never happened. But those I really enjoyed, and I don't really see myself DNFing them, so that's why I want to continue this one. The first one is You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. I think everybody and their mother read this year. It's really fun. It's a romance. It's a friends to lovers romance over a couple of years. I think, again, I only have like an hour left of the audiobook. Yeah, 3 hours left, and I listened to it on double speed because I'm reading along with the physical copy. So like 1.5 hours left. Why have I not finished this? And I'm sorry to my friend who went with me on vacation, because I told her about the book and like the premise, and she was like, I need to know the reasoning behind it. I need to know how it ends, like the conclusion of it. Please tell me when you finish it. And it's been like 5 months and I haven't told her, so sorry. And the last one that I really need to finish this year, because I also already have the sequel to it on my shelves and I want to continue, and that's Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko. And this is great. This is a really great fantasy novel, and again, I started during vacation. I got home and I just didn't have the time or the mind space to continue with it, but I do want to continue. It's very cool, very cool magic system, very cool world building, and I want to continue, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna stop right there because I'm not gonna go through all 18 books that are currently on my current shelf. So what's the next question? Let's go. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? So when I'm filming this, it's already going towards the end of November, so it's not really the beginning of fall. So we're kind of between the fall books going into the winter books right now. I didn't really get around to reading all the fall books or autumnal books that I've been meaning to. I didn't get to all the thrillers that I wanted to, so I'm kind of combining these because I'm reading thrillers that are set like in snowy, icy settings. So that's how I'm getting my thrillers in this year. There are also some spooky books that I'm still hoping to get to. Yeah, it just all went downhill when I got sick in the end of October. So I'm kind of trying to catch up. But let's see if we have some that I can show you. Okay, like I said, autumnal thrillers, yes. Spooky books, yes. I mean, I just got these middle grades that I still need. These are on my TBR as well for November, so I still want to read these. Then again, something like maybe spooky, something fantasy. Isn't this just beautiful? I'm not sure in what time of year this is taking place, but this is kind of like a story about a curse. So I think this works as like an autumnal going into the spooky, darker times of the year. But then again, I also think like fantasy always works best during these months, and one of them is on my TBR. Well, 2 of these are on my TBR anyway, so this is still The Eye of the World, first of the Wheel of Time series. Still need to read this. I think, oh my god, oh, it's the 20th. I think it's already out on Prime. Maybe I should watch it tonight. But I didn't continue with this. But I already read it like years ago. Maybe I will watch the first one. Yes. Still need to read this. End of the year. This always works. Like fantasy, going into like the long like evenings, nights when you just want to cuddle up and read some good fantasy. That works. Again, something that's more like going to the creepy, darker side. That's The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. Again, this is on my TBR. And then one that I didn't mention on my TBR, but that would probably work because it's very gruesome and very bloody. That's Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. This is chunky. This is perfect for just, again, going into these nights when you just want to creep yourself out. But I'm not sure if it's very autumnal. But like I said, I'm reading some thrillers. I have some romances that are German, but they're taking place in Scotland, and it's very stormy, very rainy. Love those romances. If you have any recommendations that you want to leave, please put them in the comments and I would really appreciate it. Question 3. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Well, I have some arcs, but I'm not really anticipating them because I already have them. If I want to read them, I can. But there are 2 books that are sequels that are coming out in December, and I'm really hoping to get to them soon. The first one, they're both German, sorry, but the first one is Die Seele des Biests by Laura Labas. This is a very unique, very cool, supernatural urban fantasy. And the second one is Where the Waves Rise Higher by Katinka Engel. Sorry, it's an English title, but it's a German author, so. And this is the one that I was talking about. The first one, or I think all of them take place on the Shetland Islands, and so Scotland, and very stormy, very appropriate weather, and I'm really happy that the second one is coming out in December because I'm reading the first one right now. It's one of the 18 books that I'm currently reading. But I think that's it. I think those are the releases that I'm really anticipating because I really want to continue with this series. The next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Okay, so I mentioned a lot of books already, and there are a lot more on my TBR, so watch that if you want to know what I'm probably not reading right now in November. But let's go with 3 books that I haven't mentioned yet, and the first one is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I started this. I got halfway through, almost halfway, on page 268. And again, I put this down. This could have also been one of the 3 books that I need to finish. But actually, I think I need to start again because I'm not really sure what happened in those almost 300 pages. But I really enjoyed them. It was a very quick read. There was great characters. And yeah, I just want to know again what the plot was again. Kind of don't remember that one. But yeah, really want to read this one. The next one that I really want to read is Far From the Light of Heaven by Tate Thompson. Very cute. This should actually be a quick read because it's only like 350-ish pages, and it's like the font is very big. It should go very quickly. This is a science fiction novel. I had the arc and I didn't really get around to it, and also the formatting was kind of weird on the ebook, so I was kind of like, I'm really expecting this to be great. I'm gonna get a physical copy and now read it like this. And then one that I only have as an ebook is For the Wolf by Hannah F. Witten. I've heard great things about this one. This is basically another retelling of Beauty and the Beast, I think, but everybody is raving about it. Everybody's saying it's great. It has like a great romance in it, and based on the cover, I would think it would be really great reading this in like the colder times when there's maybe snow or frost, and just again something to cuddle up with during a dark night. But other than that, I really want to get to, of course, a lot of holiday romances. I started some this week. I already finished some of them because of course I want to talk about like all the books that you might want to also read before the holidays. Every winter, every holiday, every winter romance is basically on my TBR for the foreseeable future, and let's see how many I actually can read during the next, what was it, 6-7 weeks of the year. Next question. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I think everybody hates this question because, sorry Ariel, because of course if you mention this book that it may shock you, then it's not going to shock you anymore because you already think it's going to surprise you. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Nope, I don't know. I don't know. It might be Star Mother by Charlie Ann Holmberg. Again, this is on my TBR for November. Why do I think it might surprise me? I have read not all of her books, but some, and some of them I really loved, and some were great writing, great characters, but not one of my favorites. So I'm going into this one thinking this is an amazing premise, but I don't know if it's gonna hit the spot, if you know what I mean. So this might really surprise me to be, again, one of her like better, for me, like more liked books. But I'm already like thinking this could be great, so I don't know. I'm hoping maybe like Truth Witch is gonna surprise me. I don't know. I'm open to that surprise. Please surprise me. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be a favorite. So again, this is something difficult to talk about, because like a favorite of the year is something, it has to be amazing. It has to be great. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna talk about any book because I'm gonna be disappointed if it's not a new favorite. So I kind of said something, but let's skip the rest of the question. And the last question, have you already started making reading plans for next year? Not really. I mean, of course, I have like a shelf on Goodreads where I put all the books that are coming out next year that I might be interested in. So of course I want to read those. And of course I have so many books here that I'm not gonna get to during the next 1.5 months. So of course those get pushed back into 2022. But like concrete plans, I don't really do those. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen in 2 months. I don't know. But only this morning I saw Kayla from Books and Lala. She put up her video of the buzzwordathon. I've already like compiled a list of all the books that I have that are appropriate for the buzzwords for this year. And I've been meaning to like do like a reading vlog of reading books from Books and Lala's buzzword list or something. So I might just do that for next year. Or I might do like the beginning of the year, I might do a video for this one, for this year's buzzwords, because I didn't really get around to reading them this year. But other than that, I just hope to continue doing videos. This is only my second video going up, so I'm only hoping to continue doing content, to continue reading. Yeah, so I don't really know. I don't really have any plans. I don't want to make too many plans because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I am working on my own TBR game. I've been working on it for a long time and I've been pushing it back just to make it perfect and to get the right starting point. And it might be January. I might try to do January to be my first TBR game month. So yeah, no real plans. Hoping to read amazing books. That's my plan. Read amazing books. Universe, listen to me. All the good books, please send them my way. That was the book tag. If you feel like you want to do the book tag as well, then just imagine me tagging you right now. This was a lot of fun, but kind of daunting to see how many books I still want to read this year. And I didn't even touch my December TBR books, which are gonna be winter wonderland themed books. Watch me read none of these books. Who knows? But that's the fun of it. These are books that I'm excited for right now. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please consider leaving me a thumbs up and maybe even subscribing to my channel. This would really help me and I would love to have you in my little community here. If you want to leave an emoji in the comments, let's do like little fireworks for like the end of the year. I would love to see you in the comments, see you in the community, and I hope until next time you read all the great books. Bye!